My bad.
All right, guys, we're
Just
gonna
early.
call to meeting the Bryant Planning Commission meeting of March the 11th, 2024, and we will have a roll call.
Staton. Hooton.
Here.
Penfield.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Burgess.
Present.
Edwards. Irwin.
Here.
Speed.
Here.
Okay, we do have a quorum. There are minutes in your packet from the 2/12 of 24 meetings you should have reviewed.
Make a motion to approve. Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, and then there's also minutes from the Special Planning Commission meeting of 2/22 that were in your packet, a little shorter.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and seconds. Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, any announcements for tonight? Colton?
The only announcement that I have is that item number 13 was removed from the agenda. I updated the agenda online so that it would reflect that.
From the lack of having everything completed.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll let Andrea read our DRC report.
All right, Reynolds Center, commercial subdivision plat. Brian Rooney requesting recommendation for plat approval, and it was recommended approval. Kensington Place Phase 3, final plat. Garnett Engineering requesting recommendation for final plat approval, and that's been recommended, with contingency of all items completed and inspected before the meeting, with recommendation that the developer does not build the traffic islands at entrance to Phase 1. Pinnacle Point at Bryant, 6845 Highway 5, seeking a waiver. Robbie Hubbard requesting recommendation for approval to not build a multi-use trail along Highway 5, recommended approval. U.S. Bank, 100 Commerce Street, site plan addition. David Azano requesting approval for addition to the site plan, which was approved. Landmark Lifestyles at 6845 Highway 5 is a sign permit. C Sign Company was requesting a sign permit approval, and it was approved contingent upon verification of the location of the sign. Alleviant Integrated Mental Health, 3395 Highway 5, seeking a sign permit by Condre Signs. It was approved. Foot Soul, Foot and Ankle, 3395 Highway 5, seeking a sign permit by Condre Signs. That was approved. And a short-term rental resolution. Discussion and recommendation for resolution to temporarily suspend zoning regulations for short-term rentals for the time frame around the April 8th solar eclipse. Recommended approval to the City Council at their February 27th meeting.
Okay, that's what happened at the DRC last month, and we will open our public hearing tonight with the first item, 2714 Laverne Street, short-term rental, conditional use permit, Vanessa Gura, requesting approval of a CUP for short-term rental. Any other comments, Colton, before we bring the applicant up?
Yes, I can kind of give a little bit of info on this one. So the request is to approve additional use permit for the property for the purpose of operating the short-term rental. This is located over off of Laverne and Laura Drive, kind of close to, I guess, behind Lowe's in that neighborhood back there. As a short-term rental, the property may see a slight increase of traffic. However, according to the code, short-term rental, that use is limited to 120 days a year, and occupancy is limited to a maximum of 2 guests per bedroom. So there could be an overabundance of people there at one time. The applicant has provided the proof of permanent residence for the property via the verification of homestead tax credit. It's recommended to approve based on the completed application. And there is a condition of approval that I was wanting to suggest to the commissioners. And that's in order to keep track of the time rental limitation or rental time limitations. There's a request of the Community Development Department for a condition to be put in place which would require the applicant at the time of business license renewal each year to to provide a report of the dates from the past year in which the home was used as a short-term rental. And that goes along with our ordinance.
Sounds reasonable.
Mhm.
All right, is the applicant here? Yes, ma'am, if you wouldn't mind coming to the podium.
Colton, can we see which property it is?
Yes.
Hi, good
If you'd
afternoon.
state your name and address, please.
Vanessa Guerra, 2714 Laverne Street in Bryant, Arkansas.
Okay.
Is this property right here?
No, it should be on the other, wait a minute. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Zoom in a little bit.
Well, I guess I could look over here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's close to the corner of Valley View and Laverne.
Okay, here's our process tonight. It's a public hearing, so we have a conditional use permit that you have to acquire before you can have the short-term rental in your home. You're gonna tell us a little bit about what you plan to do. These guys are gonna ask you some questions if necessary. And if there's anyone in the audience that wants to speak for or against it, we'll listen to those guys also, those citizens. And then you'll have the opportunity to come back and say anything you want to after that discussion. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about what you plan to do.
So when I first moved into the property, it was the previous homeowners added a new. They started like DIYing the rest of the house, and if you can see where the L goes, let me get out of here. Right here is the garage, and they built something above, and they added also this area right here, which at the time when I bought the property, this was a living room.
Okay.
So what I did is I closed it out because it was only a door there. I closed it out, and it has a bathroom and the laundry right here. So I completely isolated this area so it can be like some kind of studio. And it's very nice, it's very cheap, whenever you want to come over, they can host you there. And that's what I'm doing with that, that's the intention. If it's not approved, I can seek other
Yeah.
options. Now, also above the garage, as I said, when I bought the property, this is listed as a storage. However, if you go inside, you will see that it's framed for a apartment with 3 bedrooms. In the future, I want to build up something there with the help of this rental.
But tonight's hearing is just for the
Yes, for
space
that.
right there. Yes, ma'am.
Airbnb.
And you do understand it's 120 days maximum a year.
Yeah.
And that's just our city ordinance law.
Yes.
Okay. All right, any questions of the applicant?
Could you tell me about parking on site?
The parking,
Yeah. How would you handle parking for this?
they can use the driveway. I'm parking at the front of the house.
Okay. Sorry, I can't tell where the driveway's at. Is it under
It's
the-
under those trees.
Under
Under
the
those
tree here?
trees.
Yeah, right there.
All right, it's a pretty long driveway.
Yeah.
All right, so there won't be any street parking?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions of the applicant? Okay, I'm going to see if anyone in the audience has any comments. And we'll see where we go, okay? You can have a seat. Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to speak for, against, questions? Okay. Seeing no one that has anything to say, we will call for a vote.
Yeah, I'll just say something real quick,
Yes, sir.
because I have some properties back there too. That if you're gonna, we've been hesitant to allow some of these in the past, but if you're gonna have one in Bryant, this is probably the ideal place. It's real convenient. The property, there's probably 40 duplexes back there in that area, and it's, it's more, and I've been through there a lot lately, and it's probably the best place to have one if you're gonna have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I don't have any opposition.
Looks
There's a
looks
bad
reasonable on there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think so.
okay, we'll call for a vote. Thank you, Rick.
real quick before, call vote, sorry.
With the condition.
Yes, that's what I was gonna ask about. is
Yeah.
That condition was what they have to, so when they come, they have to get their permit every year?
So, yes, so you, with the, short-term rental, one of the rules is you have to come in and actually get a business license.
Once a year?
Yes. So at the time of that renewal next year, you just have to provide that.
And they'll have like a little form for them to fill out or something or bring in?
Yes, yeah, we just asked them to bring in a list of showing the dates, that they rented it out.
And you understand what he's requiring, what we're requiring, correct?
Yes, I will screenshot it from the.
A report that shows the nights that you had it rented. Mhm. Okay, all right. The roll call vote is with the condition of the requirement for the report before the business license will be issued every year.
Ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Burgess,
Yes.
Irwin,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Leonard,
Yes.
Newton,
Yes.
and Field.
Yes.
I think Leonard Speed's the same
Speed
thing.
letter. All right, it did pass.
I do it every day.
And so you would need to go to the city to get your business license at some point, right, Coach?
Yes, that's correct. You'll actually.
See Tracy.
See Miss Tracy,
Yes.
and we'll go from there. All right.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, we would entertain one more motion for the public hearing.
Motion to close the public hearing?
Is there a second?
Good.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, our public hearing is adjourned. You can leave if you want to, or you can stay. It's better than TV sometimes. All right, our first item of new business is Reynolds Center Commercial Subdivision Plat. Ryan Rooney requesting a plat approval. We've seen this site plan and we've talked all around it, but they did come to DRC for the plat. Colton.
Yes. As you said, we've already seen the site plan for this and talked through it at least twice, I think, in the planning commission board. So this is just for the plat of the property, clean up the lot lines, and also provide easements and everything that's necessary there on a final plat. It is recommended for approval by DRC and the planning. That's really about it.
Any questions, comments?
Whose property, is it hotel property or the fence, shingle people there on that corner?
This is David's Burger
Yeah.
property.
Because there's no stop sign, and it's very dangerous right there when because you can't see the corner.
Somebody was gonna put in a stop sign, I thought.
I think it was David's Burgers was,
Okay, because if you know, if you've been that way, it's very dangerous trying to make a,
or no, it was the hotel. Weren't they gonna put one right there?
I believe there was a conversation had with the site plan approval if they were gonna install one with the, I guess, the overall site improvements that they're.
so if this, whatever happens to this location here, then it's really gonna have more traffic come in there. So can you get that checked out about a stop sign or whatever you gotta have?
Yes.
Because it's a blind corner right there.
I think what they talked about was, they had a plan for that intersection to, I think one was gonna be yield and the other two were gonna be stops. But that was something that they discussed at I know the DRC level for sure, when that last site plan came through for this.
Yeah. But they've not started on that.
They haven't started on any of the improvements.
It was, I remember there was a lot of discussion with staff on yield, stop,
Mhm.
and it was decided what they would do.
Mhm.
Should be in the minutes. This is just a plat for the.
Hang on, I just want to plug that up.
Any other questions? Okay, we'll have a roll call vote for the plat.
Burgess,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Speed,
Yes.
Irwin,
Yes.
Newton,
Yes.
Fairfield.
Yes. Okay, that passed, and we're gonna, item 13 on the agenda has been removed, so I'm sure be back next month. Item 14 on the agenda, Pinnacle Point at Bryant, a waiver. Robbie Hubbard requesting recommendation of approval not to build multi-use trail on Highway 5. Basically, it's the area that RDOT has began working on, and if they build it, RDOT has to pay them to rip it out.
Tear it out.
Makes no sense.
Waste of tax dollars, so, at DRC, we recommended approval. Any other items to add to that, Colton?
That sums it up.
That's on that email you sent today, wasn't it?
Well, there's another
Well,
item
that's
about
separate.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Any questions about this? This is where they're building the memory care facility, kind of in Fox Ridge, the nursing home area. Okay,
Yes, it's there on Highway 5 there between Highway 5 and Woody Drive.
Right.
okay, let's have a roll call vote.
Steve,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Irwin,
Yes.
Burgess,
Yes.
Yes.
Canfield,
Yes. All right, that passes. And our last item on the agenda, I need a request to add, which is a resolution to allow for a waiver on sidewalk and multi-use trail building requirements for a portion of Highway 5. Is there a motion?
Make a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay, this is a resolution to allow for a general waiver on the requirement for new commercial and residential developments to build sidewalks or multi-use trails where designated along Highway 5 frontage from Highway 183, which is Reynolds Road, to the Pulaski County line. For the same reason, there's going to be other developments come through. We discussed at DRC, instead of taking them on a case-by-case basis, I mean, they all fit the same bill of sale, so we were going to send it up to City Council to just waive those items.
Is there an expiration time?
So the way that I worded the resolution was that it
It's in
would
your-
last until the completion of the widening project.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
That would
just
be
didn't see a
the
date.
sunset on it.
Okay, that's what I was looking for, just sunset.
Do they have a date estimate on when they're gonna start?
Good luck
I couldn't
in
tell you
that.
That's fine.
I know they're working towards design of plans right now.
Okay.
About as far as I can,
And
as
so
much as I
it's-
can tell you.
It's been converted to more of a design build than a design bid build, so they've got a contractor on board with a designer, and they're just about ready to start moving dirt around.
Wow, that's exciting.
It's
I
gonna
know
take
they've
about-
talked to 2 or 3 property owners closer to the Reynolds Road area that they've discussed, because it gets tight right there for the multi-use trail, and so they've already started talking to those property owners about how that'll fit, so, and there's a lot of surveying going on. But for the same reason as we did it on the assisted living, it just makes sense to put the waiver in place. All sidewalk, and most people know, but all sidewalk waivers, trail waivers have to go to city council. So it's a process that can take, 60 days if you miss some meetings and don't go through it. So for the sake of timing, it just makes good sense to go ahead and do a general waiver. Any other questions? Any comments from our city council members?
I have one question. Is this still going to be required as part of the site plan when they present that, or are we just talking about just the construction part of it?
Is when they present a site plan, typically what happens, we had this discussion the other day, and years of dealing with RDOT in different areas, there's not a defined line of where that right-of-way is today. So we typically, and their engineers have used the plans that are available, and they set back from that projected new right-of-way line. And then, since they're building those sidewalks, typically they're building them in the areas that we require anyway within the right-of-way. So they don't necessarily have to draw them, I wouldn't think, on their site plan. We haven't in the past.
What I would recommend was just that on the site plans, they just make a notation for, the sidewalk or trail not shown due to the Highway 5 widening, and then mention this resolution number, so that it's all documented for the future.
I would think too, yeah, it's part of an RDOT redevelopment project. So
And RDOT is gonna build them at the time of construction. Is that what we?
That is their plans.
It's
Okay.
on the plans
it's on
too.
the plans.
I love piecemeal sidewalks.
Mhm.
It's on their plans, which we get them all at one time instead of piecemeal.
Yeah,
That's great.
it is awesome. Good planning.
Any other questions or comments? All right, we'll have a roll call vote as a recommendation to city council, so they could change it or tweak it or whatever.
Irwin,
Yes.
Speed,
Yes.
Burgess,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Hooten,
Yes.
Benfield.
Yes. Passed. All right. No other business on the agenda. I'd entertain one more motion.
Question.
Any question?
Was there a resolution about the solar eclipse?
There was, so that actually already went to city council.
That went direct from DRC to city council.
Yes.
Okay. I thought that was a little,
Due to the timing of it,
We went back.
we were made aware of it a little too late to get it to planning commission last month. So we took it forward TRC and got the recommendation of that.
Yeah.
And we took it on to council.
okay.
Is that for the short-term rentals?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, to suspend it.
All right. Good deal. Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Ah.
Good job, Colton.